Gloria. Today I want to share with you a very delicious recipe for your tamales. Chorizo Masa. The holidays are here and let's surprise our families with this delicious recipe. Let's make these delicious tamales at home. But first things first, my apron is on, my hands are clean, and I am ready to show you my ingredients. These are the ingredients. I have baking powder, salt, chorizo, lard, maseca for tamales, chicken broth. This is everything we need to make this delicious recipe for masa for tamales with chorizo. The holidays are here. Let's impress our families with this delicious masa with chorizo. So let's get started. I want to show you what I'm going to use. I'm going to use my stand mixer. If you don't have a stand mixer, of course, you can make it by hand. It's going to take a little longer to mix. I have my lard here. I'm going to go ahead and start creaming it for about 10 minutes. You want to make sure that you clean the sides of the bowl. You want to make sure that everything is really incorporated and that the lard is nice and fluffy. When the lard is nice and fluffy, that means that your tamales are going to come out very spongy and very delicious. Look at this. You want to cream it for about 5 to 6 minutes until the lard is really fluffy. Once this is done, I'm going to get ready the maseca for tamales. I'm going to pour it here. To this, I'm going to add my baking powder and I'm going to add my salt. You always want to incorporate the baking powder and the salt and then incorporate it completely through the maseca. You don't just put everything like that into the mixer. You want to incorporate completely the baking powder and the salt so that everything is really incorporated. Once this is done, well then, let's go to the stand mixer and let's start adding all the maseca. Look at this. The lard is really fluffy. It's really spongy. And now is the time to add the maseca. I'm going to remove the spatula to make it a little easier for me. And now I am ready to put it in here. We are going to incorporate it for just a couple minutes. When the masa and the manteca have been incorporated, then slowly I'm going to add my chicken broth. Remember, if you don't have chicken broth, you could add beef broth, or you could even, if you don't have homemade, you could just go to the supermarket and buy those cans of the chicken broth. I'm going to start adding it slowly, and I'm going to make sure that I clean the bowl to get all the dough incorporated completely. You got to clean the bowl from the bottom, the sides, and then continue mixing. I am going to mix for about 30 minutes. But remember to add the liquid slowly. Don't add all the liquid at one time because it's going to be so hard for you to incorporate everything completely and slowly. Here I'm going to add the rest of the chicken broth and I'm just going to let it mix for about 30 minutes until the dough is really fluffy and spongy. Once this is done, I'm going to make the test. I'm going to go ahead and get a spoon full of the dough to make the test of the cup of water. This part is very important because when you make this test and you add this teaspoon of the mixture into the water, it needs to float up. If it doesn't float up, that means that you need to continue mixing for just a couple minutes more. Look at this. It needs to float
all the way to the top. That's how you know that the masa is ready for you to make those delicious tamales made at home with lots of love. Okay, this is completely done. I am going to transfer it to this plate and I'm going to let it rest while I prepare the chorizo. I have here the chorizo and I'm going to add it and start cooking it. But I'm not going to add any extra oils or lard. I'm just going to start cooking it medium low heat until it starts getting nice and browned. Remember, you want to cook your chorizo until it's nice and brown and it's releasing all that delicious aroma of the chorizo. Look at this. I didn't even add any oils or anything. It's already releasing the oils, releasing it. And now my home smells amazing. It's nice and crispy. And now I am ready to remove it, put it in this plate, and add it to the masa. This masa with chorizo comes out amazing. Of course, you could add any kind of filling, but this recipe comes out delicious every time. I know that once you make it, you're gonna say, wow, I was missing because this masa comes out delicious, soft, spongy, you name it. I am sure you guys are going to continue making this delicious recipe. Remember, when you cook with love, everything comes out perfect. And now I am mixing with my hand, making sure that everything is incorporated. Look at this. You can see the little pieces of the chorizo through the dough. And it's nice and fluffy. Well, this is completely done. And now I am ready for the presentation. It's smooth. You can make these little circles. I am already thinking, what am I going to use for the filling? But I want to show you how to make this delicious masa at home and enjoy it with your family for the holidays. Look at this. This masa is ready. I'll see you in a little bit. Can't wait to enjoy these delicious tamales. Enjoy. Done with this delicious masa de chorizo for tamales. You know something? I love preparing this masa. It comes out perfect every time. And the flavor of your tamales are going to be perfect. If you love chorizo like I do, you are going to love this masa for your tamales. Masa de chorizo. Look at this. You could see the little pieces of the chorizo. It smells amazing. And of course, you could add any kind of filling. This is the part I really love and enjoy, showing you the recipes I make at home. I hope, my friends, you give it a try.
The holidays are here, and let's impress our families with this delicious masa de chorizo for tamales. If you liked and loved my recipe, I invite you to subscribe, leave me a thumbs up, share this video on social media with your friends, with your relatives, so Cooking with Gloria keeps growing. Don't forget to push that notification bell, and if you did, leave it activated, so every time I make a delicious recipe like I did today, yes, you're going to be notified. Before I say I see you soon, I wish you nothing but the best. Peace and love. I love you guys. Thank you for being part of my family, and thank you for trying my recipes. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and share. See you soon. Bye bye.